Thank you very much. It's now the turn of Minority Leader.
Honorable nominee, you took the leave of chair to make some preliminary observation, largely on my press conference, and referred to how you felt about it and how your wife felt about it. I think Chairman largely addressed the issue in another way, which was acceptable to me, because we're only having our own challenges that we couldn't have communicated. But I think the effect of my political statement was to the effect that our side had no proper understanding of yesterday's arrangement. However, let me unconditionally apologize to your wife for how my press statement conference came about. I mean, how she felt about it. I mean, I'll feel bad if somebody said something about my own wife, and it's fair. All right, these are no ego matters. So I'm sorry to your dear wife, and how my press conference was carried, how you felt. I also say sorry to you. I would have utmost respect for you. I will be the last person to run you down. Okay? So I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to your wife one more time. Is that okay?
Yeah, very okay, and we are grateful. Thank you very much.
Very well. That's settled. As far as you are concerned, that simple property, as you've described it, in your constituency is the only property you own, correct? Or you own some other properties?
Mr. Chairman, I think the Vice Chairman is engaging Mr. Chairman, so. Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll need your guidance on that question on the properties I own, because I've declared my assets. So if you want to get a copy of my asset declaration from the Auditor General, but Mr. Chairman, I leave it in your hands.
Referring to the Assets Declaration
Yes.
Act, it is for a stated reason that you file it and the envelope is not even open. So in that vein, I would disallow the question.
Okay, Chairman, so let me get clarity. So on this table, what you are saying is that the nominee is not obliged to disclose the properties that he has. I mean, just so that I'm guided, if you're saying that a nominee getting into public service, who is a public-spirited individual, who gathers information as to what people own in public life, how politicians live their lives, in this case, he's not obliged to disclose. I'm fine. That's okay.
Let's do what the law requires from us. The law requires that you file your asset declaration.
Yeah, man, I'm not talking about the law. I never went into asset declaration. I asked a very simple question. He said at the Airport Hills, based on the information here, he says that he's a tenant at Airport Hills. He's lived there as a tenant for 8 years. Then he himself disclosed that people have been making all manner of propaganda. He owns this, he owns that. However, in his constituency, just as I do, he has a simple house, and that simple house has 4 bedroom, no boys quarters, no swimming pool. I have a swimming pool in Winneba. In fact, I have two. My beachfront and my White House. I have two big swimming pools. I have them. I have a boys' quarters, yes, and I have had them for years, which is different from you. Yeah. Well, the fact. So I want to know from you whether you have other properties.
His disclosure clearly is a voluntary disclosure, but what you are seeking to do is for him to disclose his assets publicly. The law says that you declare it, they keep the envelope, they don't even open it. As to whether that is right or not, that is apparently the law.
Yeah, and Mr. Chairman, I've placed on record that I'm happy for the committee to engage with the Auditor General to have a copy of my asset declaration, if you so wish. I mean, I'm not opposed to that, but I can state on the record that I have never purchased a government land, if that is what is of interest to the minority leader. I've never bought a government land, if that is or a public land or a state land, if that is where he's headed.